DJM TV. Sister again, your doctor, your friend, your girl, Anointed Lady TV. Please, if today is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, please do subscribe for me. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video, you will be notified. So in this my channel, I will be bringing up many things to you in which you will benefit from it. I do talk show, I do news, anything you want to talk about, I am into it. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video or each time I'm on live on YouTube, you will be notified. Thank you very much for always being there for me. Please do subscribe for me, and as you do so, God will richly bless you and meet your heart desire. Thank you very much. I love you all. DJM TV.
Country people, now welcome to DJM TV, the Ogbonge TV station when they always summer on Ogbonge news as it they hot, as it they happen.
DJM TV. Sister again, your doctor, your friend, your girl, Anointed Lady TV. Please, if today is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, please do subscribe for me. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video, you will be notified. So in this my channel, I will be bringing up many things to you in which you will benefit from it. I do talk show, I do news, anything you want to talk about, I am into it. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video or each time I'm on live on YouTube, you will be notified. Thank you very much for always being there for me. Please do subscribe for me, and as you do so, God will richly bless you and meet your heart desire. Thank you very much. I love you all. DJM TV.
Country people, now welcome to DJM TV, the Ogbonge TV station when they always summer on Ogbonge news as it they hot, as it they happen.
DJM TV.
Everything where Obaseki not going to do for the past 4 years, God will use Ize-Iyamu to do for. We are not going to vote for person God they regret. Who are not going to vote for now go wipe away on tears. God will prosper this place. God will give you a good room. He will give you a hospital. He will give you an employment. He will bring government who will support our women. Who will give jobs for our youth. In Jesus' name I pray. Now, this matter is very simple. For me and Governor Obaseki. All you need to ask yourself is say, this governor, where he say that we vote for him, what did he do for Ward 1 and Ward 4? If you do well, when I fit talk say, Pastor, go sit down. Then the question is say, why you want to continue? You want to continue bad thing. You know what they call the root one. Root one. If Oshiomhonle not do well, we have a Peter like this. But because he do well, he come here now. Big dog say the God will go and say I talk about Oshiomhonle. But not go and say the one where I go do go talk pass you. I'll show you now. Not be just say people na try the way of Obaseki.
I see you.
The important thing is the woman.
I see you.
I get simple agenda. With that agenda, and I will see plenty work. Amen. One. Amen. For Esan Central. Amen. We will see plenty work for Edo Central. Amen. We will see plenty work for Edo State. Amen. That simple agenda, we're talking about for 2 minutes. X and security. We need to improve security for our states.
Yes, sir.
Next one, our infrastructure.
Yes, sir.
That is our governor.
Lights,
That's all.
water, hospital. Only that. Manpower or woman power development. Education training. School not be school, teacher not be. Many schools for here and teachers dey. We go employ teachers. We go build more school. The last time we build school for this state, now which time? This man build any school. We will build school.
We'll show the light.
We'll
show the light.
Even the ones wey dey the man dey destroy.
I don't know. They see you.
And precisely
We'll show the light. Now you do of light.
270 million a month. This man come and say too much. He dey give them 96 million. 2 months ago they had to borrow money to pay salary. This man wey pass, he no fit pay salary. If they kill and Pusali University, you no go affect una for here.
Nigeria go.
Some of una children dey attend that school. That's the only thing wey una get for this land, only the university. And the man wan kill am, una go gree? No! The other one na public-private partnership. Supporting our people. Whether na industries o, whether na agriculture o, whether na farming o, supporting them. Asian people dey very strong for farming, but they need support. Unfortunately, even money wey this governor collect to help farmers to put am for pocket, he collect 5.6 billion from central bank to give small farmers. Any of una get am? Any of una get am? Abi no farmer for this place? No farmer for this place? Farmer dey. If you farmer, no farmer make am serious. But other public-private partnership things go change. Then leadership by example.
We'll show the light.
Governor wey dey God fearing. Governor wey dey sincere. Governor wey no go deceive una. Governor wey if he make promise he go do am. No be governor wey go talk one thing he no fit do am. Then the last one na governor wey go give employment to our people and empower them. All these youths wey dey here now, how many of them get job? The governor promise say if una elect am, he go create 200,000 jobs. That 200,000 job, how many come ward one? How many come ward two?
Now that means the government is
and they insist una bring am come back.
No!
But by the grace of God, we go create job.
Yes.
Even the vigilante arrangement wey we get, even the security arrangement wey wan support vigilante, una go get job for them. We don tell them, hey, who flower mill? We are going to bring it back. Job will come from there. Agriculture, support the farmers. Job will come from there. I tell them, say, who water wey no dey? Una know who buy the water scheme?
Yes,
If we do am, we no do water come salary. Una go see the difference. Then for the women, one thing we don see, if not the women, we don finish for this thing. Our women, if you give them 10,000, go back in 3 months' time, you don't be 30,000.
Yes.
So what our women need, not be just para. They
right.
want money to support them.
Yes.
By the grace of God, in our empowerment program, we are going to support women.
Yes.
When you put money for woman hand, now family will support.
Yes.
And when you are supporting family, you are supporting the state.
Yes.
To achieve all this, everybody must vote for ABC. If not be shame, where be the call? How the Oshiomhonle dey come? If not the Oshiomhonle, they must still not take the chair. So what? No light.
For many years. No light. More than 6 years. No light. No light.
Waiting hard to bring life come this community. For government wey serious, what do you need to go for?
It's a share right to cup. Now 2 cup price in the share. Yesterday they don't start to the share right. 2 cup. No, not tell our people when they don't follow 2 cup. When they don't follow 2 cup. Yes. 2 cup. Yesterday.
And yet, we are not big one. I mean, who the engineer for this community? $4.5 million will go pull and come back here. $4.5 million. Pull and come here. On Monday, I'll give her the $4.5 million. I'll give her 4.5 million cash. The only people who will care for one of the society. You are tired of the seats, not the vote. PDP government has not done anything for you. Obaseki has not done anything for you. And everybody tell you to vote for them is your enemy. Even in this community, everybody will tell you to vote for them is your enemy. Because of God. When you vote for APC, never see what happens. Very proud of and a man will do well. Now a good thing in the country. I pray to God, let me also finish my tenure. I will pray God, one of the things I saw, and so I praise me. I give my support to
Okay.
Yeah.
Back
Thank you very much. You know, Pastor, well done. Let me start by saying I apologize to all of you. Because 4 years ago, Obaseki was working with me like a motorboy they work with driver. After 8 years, I want you to listen. Because people say why I can't change my mind. When we were doing this role, Obaseki was working with me.
Yes.
And we agreed that the only way to prosper our rural communities, there are 3 things that we need. The people can do the rest for themselves. First is road. Because without road, If a post teacher here, you know if you drive off bush path. No, you know if you live here. Without road, you do farm, you harvest, to carry and go market is problem. So road infrastructure is number one. And the road must be standard. You know why I come down far? At the waka, at least I do exercise. Because this campaign don't allow me to gym again. But I was also looking at the road, whether pothole don't enter. Pothole never enter. Oh, well. Because we did a solid job. Yes. Number two, so that the children of the poor will not feel that they are attending dirty schools, and so they grow up feeling inferior compared to children of rich people. Because me in the village I come from, if I don't go school, or if I go school without teacher, I don't go feel it. Oh. Obaseki was with me. We agree we have to give water. We'll be doing boreholes. We did some boreholes. I show you those locations now. But we know that when we continue, over time, everywhere we have water. We need water at the West. We did that. There are several other places, but I can't remember all of them. Now all those ones we did, you know, none of them is working out. For the simple reason that they cannot buy diesel to put on the generator to make those water to flow. There is no new road we have done. The schools are the way they were. They are not good schools. Sometimes they will go and paint the one way I do, or remove the window, casement window with glass. They will replace it with steel window. And then they will go and put sidewalk. I saw that this is a man who came in on purpose to cheat and to embezzle money for his own personal good. How much he will eat in a day, only God knows. So I called him. Obaseki, you are going to spoil the name of our party. Because some of you will remember. Some of you will definitely remember. Yes. When I was campaigning for him, and even for my second term, I said, Yes. Remember? Yes. Yes. If you don't see it, don't believe it. Yes. The person is a sitting governor. A new person can say, I will do it. But when you are already a governor, you cannot stop and say, I will do it. You have to first say, this is what I have done. Yes. So if I ask you, what has Obaseki done in water? Zero. What are the new teachers? What are the new nurses? What are the new doctors? You don't perform for 4 years. You collect money and give you more that Pastor talked about. That one made me to my memory because a governor, the minimum qualification must be to ask people to fill form that they will get that agricultural loan. I'm sure some of you were told to fill that form. Yes, now we use money to fill that form. Yes, if you want 1,000 or 2,000. So when government make the tax from the poor to make them poorer in the name of borrowing money for them, not before one night that one. When the governor cheats on his people, to me, that is the height of abuse of public trust. And what you need for words to have meaning is integrity. So I look at POI, I said, then I can look at GO. I said, how can we interpret it? This person of integrity is Pastor Ize-Iyamu. Person of integrity. You know why this is important? Without integrity, you have no shame. And if you have no shame, notice that
DJM TV.
God, put your vote. The incoming governor of Edo State, Pastor Ize-Iyamu. And I join him to appreciate you because I know at this hour of the day, everybody wants to go to the farm or go to the market or go and do something to survive.
For you to leave all of that to come and see us, it shows your determination. It shows say una care well to see say una use una power to remove somebody who don't respect this land. Yes, so, and I'm very grateful. You know, the number one quality of a leader must be truthful. Because if you don't get truth, when you talk, you don't get meaning. That is why when I see POI, people say I'm me too at the talker, Pastor Ize-Iyamu. But as I think I look at him again, I don't think I mean this is a person of integrity. POI, person of integrity. I don't think I look at him again. I said this POI is people-oriented individual. Because these are the things that must be in your heart when you get power. So remember, at the top, if God gives you power, He don't give you wisdom. To take that power and destroy yourself. That is what has happened to Obaseki. Come on to talk to. Come on to talk. We don't see over that. Over asked our candidate, the next government, say, I understand you are going to have a debate later that day. The man of God said, yes, but to his surprise, they have cancelled the debate. The man said, why? He said, they don't tell her. Or they invite her before saying you'll be debate. He don't ready, but they don't cancel her. Now Obako asked the governor, hear this. Governor said, he no say there is debate. Nobody tell her. Something when they don't publicize, they write to him. They write to him before they even, because he is the city governor, or rather the outgoing governor. And so he just say they know it from at all. Who go lie before his papa? The Omonobane Doku Akpolopolo, the Oba of the great Pidgin kingdom. If he can lie on his palace before God and before ancestors, a Pidgin man, now you go go tell the truth. Oh. He lied for daytime. Now I tell pastor, say this one is dangerous. He can say, look, my program so that I have no time. He can make a excuse, but to say you may not be formed. Obada ask her, how come you the government? You know here. The person where you know the government, he was informed. So when you know, they don't tell her. So we are dealing with a chronic liar. Come on to do debate. Oba say, it's better when they do debate so that you can explain how you will take over. And you, pastor, you will explain your simple agenda. So that other people can see who get through. The man said the right former. Leader where they lie before his children. Not be bad role model. Not be bad role model. And so he lied before say he got secondary school certificate. PDP got check. Why say he has only 3 credits. So everything about him has so can't deceive all of you. Although you go ask me why PDP can't take him now, because they carry and go court, say he no qualified. But as far as PDP is concerned, any ticket, if you bring money, they sell for you. Yeah. That is why they ask everybody to step down. One governor comes say they are tax collectors. For the time when they collect, now your money, I don't know whether part of the mention this one. The money where it takes my name, go borrow from Central Bank to distribute to farmers. I'm sure some of you here are farmers. Gobo, you don't give to anybody. And some of you feel for take money 1,000 or 2,000. In the end, he defrauded you. You take money from the poor. Did any of you get that money? No. But Obaseki collected that 5.6 billion. By the special grace of God, yesterday I said that not by now it is going to court. As he may give public the names of a dope farmers where he distribute that money to. Money made for the poor, you well they already chop and take up and pay. That kind of money go digest for a invoking the power of the Holy Spirit. He goes, the one way no fishing, he go deliver. He go be like person where swallow tortoise. The shell of the tortoise can never dissolve for them or any human being. But let me just say that I'm happy you know what the issues are. Obaseki for 4 years when he's campaigning, he dey talk like say he is not currently a governor. Call your brothers for illusion, and people here I don't know what he told them. When he saw the whole place, he saw the faces of the people. He come catch up. Then Holy Spirit destroyed him. Because let me tell you what I mean. He went to Elushi, just listen to this. He said, my people, then they look up, like, are we your people? He said, I know, say, for 4 years, we don't get light. We are road bad. No water, people don't get near River Niger. He said, but if you vote for me, in 3 months, I will give you light. Can you get the job? The people don't get light for 4 years. He told them. And I be governor for the past 4 years. He don't do anything. He said they vote for him again. 3 months, he will fix her. So you can fix the thing for 3 months. Why you don't fix her for 4 years? So when he go come here and say he's going to do this, the Dome City Master Plan, you know all everything about him now consultancy. My beg to say, when the nation come, because the reason we don't give a ticket, we say we don't think campaign for them again. Because where you know more, when we want to. Any of you remember when we talk, say, if it's in their office, that IMAC will take believer. Do you remember? 2012 when I was campaigning, I said, IMAC. In 2016, when we did campaign for him, we say, IMAC. Have you IMAC anything now where Obaseki do? Only to lie. Yesterday, and I teach some of the young men here and women, you must have seen what you want people talk. The wife of even the deputy. He said, he go flog any woman who associate with the wife of the incoming governor. This small girl where they talk, the women they talk to, some only not to bother them. Can you see how far I don't enter their head? Remember what they say, he who God wants to destroy, he will first make a man. You can say he will flog him, mama ain't faith. May you flog her with your BBC. Amen. May your BBC remove them from office. Amen. You will see where they will hide their face. Because all this provocation they are doing like picture of this guy, you know where somebody say will fight back. It's painful. It's like when I was traveling and a truck hit our vehicle where we parked and killed the policeman. I begged the police, I said, leave this driver, don't kill him. Take him to a station and investigate. Because as the best reach, they will say, bam, and he will get back. Then the case will be closed and we will not be able to know what happened. So these people, they want to create fear in the minds of people. Don't be afraid. Not fire for fire. We will choose celebration, white chalk. That white chalk, that will take, cover our face. Around this time on this 13th, you will not begin to see the people moving. They will not reach Akure on their way back to Lagos. Bye bye to G.O. Bye bye to G.O. Many days, don't play the way can improve. What is the meaning of G.O.? What is the meaning? Who writes G.O. for a car? Who writes G.O. for a car? So if a man call himself G.O. and say the meaning is go. So what will happen to him? He must live up to his name. So Obaseki, go. Obaseki, go. Obaseki, go. Obaseki, go. Go. It is over. If you never finish, you never finish. That day, I want you to wake up early. Your husband, your wife, your daughter, your son, your brother, your sister, your nephew, your cousin, say today, now today, be ordinary man, power. You get work, you be professor, you be unemployed, you reach woman, one woman, one mechanic, one engineer, one comrade, one pastor, one outgoing governor. Even the wife of the outgoing governor. You always say go flog women, and the boy go flog her. So please remember to spread this word to those who are not here. Because this community, you are more than this. Everybody cannot come here. So when you go home, don't tell them you need to get ready. Nothing can sweep past ordinary people. Sacking a man who has shown so much disrespect, even to traditional rulers. So I want to thank you. Some of you know that in your schools now there are no teachers. Do you have enough teachers? For 4 years, Obaseki employed no teacher. You told them about the AAU. You know he has reduced the subvention from AAU or to AAU from 270 million I was giving AAU every month. Obaseki said 2 months. He has reduced it to 96 million. In August, they could not pay salary. In July, they borrowed to pay. If Obaseki remained for office, Abdulsari University never closed. If you think he will not close it, look at this. He has closed a $1 College of Education in the heart of Benin. He has closed the School of Nursing. He closed the College of Education in Kwebe. He closed College of Agriculture in Ogodiaki. That is Benin land. Who can close school in his father's backyard? Now your own school will remain open. Before he closed the school, we will give him summary dismissal. Peacefully, no battle, no fight at all, no celebration. Nothing pass when you see another man, they fall in over, you get because they don't go. You say, yeah, this is strong. Now common cutlass. So with your BBC, I hope you have your sample here. You have the sample of the voting material. You have the sample. How to vote. All right. Very good. Those of you with BBC, raise up your hand. BBC. That weapon is very, very strong. You use it, you sack him, we go home, we go do nyaga. We go dance, Kurukere will invite me. I've already ordered a new disco park where we will take dance. So you say, where you see broom, you put your figure in front. No, but put them out of face, so them at the middle. We need just road where you do. Yeah, you know, within this road, we also did the design for the gully erosion. And the World Bank was supposed to fund it so that that erosion can be halted. I want to assure you, Ize-Iyamu has a lot on his plate. He has written it down. Who don't believe so, you know, go write them down. If you have PDP, we have seen simple agenda in pamphlet. Where you're old, you don't go there. They don't take all the billboards. Can you imagine that the school we build are not allowed to enter now to campaign? Now, when I was governor, I'm sure some of you may have been in PDP. Did I ever stop PDP from using government school? No. Did I stop PDP from using stadium? No. Today they use the schools that have been not the one in Pidgin because she has not built any. We who do those schools, we are doing by the roadside. Don't worry. He who say we will not grow, he will not grow. And as he take body shot, and some PVC will take destroy. And police day here. On election day, there will be more police. No police are not here to help people. Even the one they carry you go their station, don't worry. When they break, police don't go vote. Police don't go vote. Una no go guarantee the security of Edo people. Police will go join Obaseki to deny people the right to vote. On election day, you will let them beat somebody. The one is to ensure that the vote count, because even you police, how many motor you don't buy for now? You go buy second-hand motor. Obaseki don't tell police, so you go buy second-hand healers. Before the team reach here to the road, break down.
Our own local healers, so our own local healers.
If you ask your DPO how many guys you get, they don't get. Police say they don't fit up. But don't worry. You see, pastor's agenda number one is security. Who go enforce security? Not be police. Can you do it without motor? Criminal at the road with good car. Police go pursue with another foot. So even the police, it is not in your interest to allow disgrace. You must make sure you supervise. No need to set out and dismiss so that security will be entrenched. Police stations will be built. And by the grace of God, they will be very good. Because our robbers cannot be running, you they take your shoe, they run from us. God bless you. Ize-Iyamu! Ize-Iyamu! No woman. I'm saying, you don't look me well. If woman don't take, children go there. If children don't take, nation go there. Who born Nigeria? Who born me? Who born him? So no woman, no nation. No woman. Where woman speak, woman understand. Woman speak. Where woman speak. But no youth, no.
DJM TV.
Of change that is required among the good people of Edo State. When we talk about security, our state is not secure. So even for people in labor to leave their homes to go to the hospitals, it's a no-no. Most people stay at home, and then you have people having their babies at home because there's no safety in trying to get to the healthcare centers. So the simple agenda talks about security, it talks about social welfare for the poorest of the poor. A large majority of Edo people are living in poverty, and there's no program that will take care of them. So the S in the simple agenda does that. The I is the infrastructural development. Edo State is in a current state of disrepair and decay. The hospitals are broken down. Health centers are in a current state of disrepair. We have less than 200 doctors in the whole of Edo State. When we talk about Edo State, we're talking about the state government. We have less than 200 doctors employed to the services of the Edo State government, and that is to take care of about 3.5 million people. So the patient-to-doctor ratio is very, very high. You have one doctor to see 17,500 people. Most of the doctors are situated in the big cities. For example, excuse me. Sorry. Most of the doctors are situated in the big cities. For example, in Benin City, many of them are not in the rural areas. So most of the hospitals in the rural areas do not have doctors. We're very poor in nurses. We don't have nurses. Our school of nursing has been closed down since 2018. School of midwifery has been closed down. We are not training nurses. We are not training midwives. The School of Health Technology has been closed down since 2018, so we don't have allied health workers. The health workers that are currently on ground are the older ones. There's been no new employment. So there's infrastructural decay, there's manpower decay. So the average poor person in Edo State doesn't have access to healthcare. The healthcare center, the primary healthcare centers, which should have taken care of the poorest of the poor, are also badly broken down. Out of the 200 that were promised by this current government, they were only able to do 20. The sad thing about the 20 that were done, because we have 192 wards in Edo State, they promised 200. In the 3.5 years, almost 4 years they've been there, they were only able to do 20. These 20 that they have done, an example is the one at Eho. They built a beautiful structure. They put solar panels, but they locked the gate. The structure has intimidated the villagers who are poor. There's no doctor there. They came with big cars, put big tape, brought TV cameras, said they have done a primary healthcare center that is not accessible to the poor man. The poor man that is living there feels that that structure that was built there is for the rich, because nobody has communicated to them that it's for them and it's accessible. So the number is grossly inadequate, only 20 out of a promised 200 by this current government. So when the healthcare system is in a state of disrepair, there are no primary healthcare centers, the general hospitals are broken down, there are no doctors, maternal mortality will be high. In Edo State, we have currently 395 deaths per 100,000, and that is really, really high when you look at global acceptable standards. We don't have doctors that will take care of the sick. And then the only functional hospital that we had in Edo State that was not built by this current administration is Stella Obasanjo Hospital, which was equipped with state-of-the-art equipment by VAMED, was turned into a COVID-19 center. All the state-of-the-art equipment were thrown into the car park, and the doctors were told to go and stay anywhere they can stay. So the COVID-19 center that is currently in Edo State was the former Stella Obasanjo Hospital. Now the question we ask ourselves, those people that are poor, those people in Edo State who have other ailments, they have nowhere to go. There's no hospital. And then you begin to wonder, how could this have come about? But the simple agenda is going to address all these things because we live among the people. We are local people. We interact with them. We know their problems. We hear their cry. We see their pains. And when you listen to them, you can have a plan for them. So the simple agenda will address these fundamental problems of healthcare. Healthcare centers in the 192 wards that are accessible, not build a big building, take pictures and lock the gate. No doctor, no nurse, and the people look at it as if it is a place where you go and take pictures. That's not the purpose of a healthcare center. In all the other wards, there is no accessibility to healthcare. The very poor villagers, it is only God Almighty that is saving them. The simple agenda will take care of that. Hospitals will be repaired, health centers will be equipped, and there is actually a plan for primary healthcare, not lip service that is currently going on. A plan that will work, a plan that will make it accessible, a plan that will take care of the physical and mental well-being of the poorest of the poor. Remember, we are talking about poor people. We are not talking about people who have money to go to private hospitals. We are talking about Edo citizens who can barely eat. The simple agenda will also take care of manpower development. Remember, our School of Nursing has been closed down. We're not training nurses. School of Nursing will be brought back in because it's a system of train the trainers. You can't have older nurses who are about to retire who have not trained younger nurses on the experiences and the practicability of nursing. We will also bring back the School of Health Technology to train allied healthcare workers. Our social welfare system in Edo State is non-existent. The social workers are non-existent. There are no new ones being employed, and these are a very important part of the healthcare system. So manpower development for doctors, for nurses, all this will reduce maternal mortality. It will also reduce the severity of disease. If our people know that there is a healthcare center close to them that they can walk to and receive primary healthcare, it will reduce the incidences of death that is going on currently. Many people have lost faith in the health system in Edo State. They have lost faith. A new building was put up. They called it Edo Specialist Hospital. It was built by the former administration. The building was 100% completed. Equipment, 75% completed. And this current administration refused to finish it. Hello?
I see you're very passionate about the healthcare sector in Edo State. But one will wonder, there's nothing really specific for the Edo woman, the female folks, when you describe even this Can you hear me, Professor Idiot?
Hello. Yes, I'm going to cut in there because you gave me so many things to talk about, and I'm still talking on the healthcare and the maternal mortality.
But for want of time, because we need to cover grounds as well, Professor Idia, if you would allow
okay, let me talk about the female folk. Hello, manpower development. We are going to train our women. You see, the simple agenda is all-encompassing. It doesn't just deal with one thing. It deals with the decay in Edo State. We are going to train our women. Our women are angry. We are angry because we have been denied health care. We are angry because our women are being put in prisons because they do not have marketplaces to sell. They sell on the walkways because the government did not provide shops and stalls for them to sell in. So they begin to sell their wares anyway. And this government has been taking our women and putting them in Oko prison. Edo State, if we are not careful, we will have the highest number of female inmates in Nigeria because our women are going to jail because they cannot pay fines that this government has placed upon them because of their inadequacies in providing basic market stalls and small soft loans for them. The simple agenda is going to take care of that, and that is the message we have been preaching to all women. We are preaching that we are going to develop our women, we are going to give them soft loans, we are going to give them empowerment, we are going to train them, not the kind of empowerment that you will say 2 days and give a certificate. An empowerment that will make them to stand on their feet, empowerment that will take care of their families. We, the women in Edo State, we are angry because nothing has been done for women. The women have been sidelined. There is no inclusiveness in government in Edo State. So the simple agenda has that plan. If you look at the acronym, the M, manpower development, also includes women. The employment and empowerment includes women. So when we're talking about it, it's in the simple agenda. So we have many plans for them. We have set in place so many activities that will take care of the women. I have gone around all the markets in Edo State. I have talked to the woman because there's a slogan that says, a woman talk to a woman understand. We've been talking to our women, and we know their challenges, we know their problems. We have written it down, we have a direction, we have somebody who is passionate about it, we have somebody who is angry at the injustice the women have suffered these past 4 years.
Prof, can I come in here?
So when you talk, hello.
Okay, please go ahead. I wanted to come in at this point, but go ahead. You were still saying something.
Yes. Yes, we have a problem in Edo State. No new markets have been built. Our markets have burnt in Edo State. Why is it that markets are burning in Edo State? This present government said he was going to give them 100 million to rehabilitate them. Nothing was done. Oba market burnt. Ekiosa market burnt. Uwelu market burnt. No fire service. No palliative. No soft loans. The women are hungry. The women are angry. They don't have stalls. They go to the walkway to sell. You take them to the mobile court and you sentence them to prison. Many of them have gone to prison. And it's wrong. So those of us who live in Edo State, we hear the cry of the women. We hear the cry of our youths. And nothing has been done for them. Nothing. The healthcare system is in shambles. Our women cannot go to hospital. And the simple agenda has encapsulated everything in it. Because we live among them. We know their problems. And we have been talking to them. And we have arranged a very, very holistic plan that will take care of all these problems because we know the challenges. There is a market at Eho. That is the worst market in Edo State. No toilet. Go to all the markets in Edo State. No toilet, no water, no plan, no vision. And yet we hear people saying they've done this and done that. It's very, very upsetting.
Well, Professor Ize-Iyamu, I admire you for your passion, for the support you are giving your husband, Pastor Ize-Iyamu. In 2019, I ran as deputy governorship candidate on the platform of the PDP in my state. And my wife and my principal's wife, they covered senatorial districts. But I must say that in Edo State, you have raised the level, you and Mrs. Obaseki. But let me ask you, what exactly, what kind of man is your husband? What is that special thing that is bringing to the table? Will he end up as a stooge of Comrade Adams Oshiomhonle, as some people suspect will happen? And what will you yourself bring to the table as a professor, as a professional in terms of support?
You see, sometimes when you use certain language, it's insulting. I have to use that word. No man can be a stooge of another man because God created man in his own image and in his own likeness. And God gave Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu the simple agenda. This is an agenda which is a manifesto of hope. It's something he has written down that he's going to run with it. So if a man has a manifesto and an agenda that he has sold to the people and the people have embraced and the people are going to run with it, how can you now say that person would be a stooge? That's an insult. There is a manifesto that he wrote, a stupid question. And he's going to run with it.
At least you
so
did better
it is very wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. No, it's wrong. It's insulting. You should talk about what is this man's manifesto, what is his agenda. And he has given you his agenda, which is written down. It's in a hard copy, it's in soft copy. The people of Edo State, we have sold it to them. We've gone around all the senatorial districts to tell them about the vision and the agenda of Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu, which you will hold him by, not by any man, but by his covenant with the people, which is the simple agenda. Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu is a man of God. He's a pastor in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. He's a builder of men. He's a builder of women. He's an empowerer. He's compassionate. He's kind. And he has a zeal for Edo people. Edo people are suffering. And we are living in their midst. We stay among them. We are local people. We live among the poor. And we see their pain. And it is this cry that has risen up, has stirred up compassion in both of us. That look, Edo State can be better. The poorest of the poor are getting poorer and poorer. Everything in Edo State is in a state of disrepair and dilapidation. And it is that passion that has driven him to come out and say, look, I offer myself for service. He's a man that believes in the people. He believes in women. He is kind, he's caring, he's a father, he's a listener. So Edo people are going to get a very, very good governor in Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu. Because he understands the people. When you understand your people, you can profess solutions to their problems. It's not when you go on air and you'll be telling people things that only people in the air are seeing. The poor people on the ground, they are not seeing these things, and the situation is getting worse. So Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu is a good man. He has a good heart. He has a big heart. He's passionate about God. He's passionate about his people. He's passionate about serving Edo State.
Right. Yes, I asked you, what will you bring to the table if you were to become the First Lady of Edo State, in terms of your own personal contribution?
Well, you see, the healthcare system is in shambles. You see, I cannot sit back and see people die from simple things that should not kill them. Healthcare is number one. Healthcare must be taken care of so that the poorest of the poor, I'm talking about poor people, the poorest of the poor, they can access health services. The market women, the women must be empowered. We are talking about 35% inclusiveness for women. Women have been left out of the scheme of things. We are talking about infrastructural development in the hospitals. We are talking about vulnerable groups. We have a lot of physical challenges in the state because of those people who don't have access. They don't have access to healthcare, those people that are physically challenged. They have no access to healthcare. They have no access to education. They are a forgotten and neglected group, and nobody is talking about them. So this is what I am bringing onto the table. I'm talking about my women. I'm talking about the vulnerable groups. I'm talking about health. These are very, very important things because women are the backbone of any nation. And when you train one woman, you have trained a nation. We are not training our women. We are not empowering them. We are not encouraging them. We are not showcasing them. We are not building them with confidence.
Okay.
Our women are being neglected, and it's a sorry state.
Okay. I'm going to allow you sound off on, what you do as regards empowerment, of the youth in general. But if you don't find my question insulting, Adams Oshiomhonle has campaigned with your husband everywhere. In fact, a lot of people think he's on the ballot.
Adams Oshiomhonle is
yeah,
not the
so
issue,
if you don't find my...
The issue is Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu, who is the gubernatorial candidate with the simple agenda.
If you will hear me.
Adams Oshiomhonle is not the candidate. Hello?
But Adams Oshiomhonle has campaigned with your husband everywhere. And everybody even thinks that he's doing all of this because he wields a big interest. If you will not call my question insulting, it. That's Oshiomhonle is a factor in this election, except if you want to deny it, Prof. But that's one. And secondly, talk about how you're going to empower the youth.
Hello. You see, when you interview, some things that you say begins to get people worried on the motive behind the interview. If you are interviewing a man based on his agenda, which he has brought out, which is the simple agenda, that is what you should be focusing on. There are many people campaigning with Pastor Ize-Iyamu, and each and every person is a factor. He cannot, with his only one vote, win an election. So every single person is important. When we go out to canvass for votes, we meet everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. We're trying to convince you about our project. We're trying to convince you about our agenda. We're trying to convince you about our manifesto. And when they believe, they join the moving train. So if Comrade Adams Oshiomhonle has believed in this agenda and is campaigning with him, he's not the only one. There's nothing wrong with it. But I don't know why you keep on trying to make it an issue, because election is not won by one person. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. We just want to take this breaking news. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has dismissed PDP petition against the governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. Earlier in the morning, we had a correspondent within the premises of the Supreme Court. At some point, we will probably go back to him. Prof, you may continue with the statement you were making. Prof, we're back to you.
When we canvass for votes, even former commissioners with this current governor have joined the moving train. The former chief of staff of this former governor has joined the moving train. You convince people, they believe in you, they believe in your project, they join your campaign. It shows the kind of person Pastor Ize-Iyamu is. He's a man that can reach out to everybody and work with them, because Edo State belongs to every Edo citizen. It doesn't belong to one person. So everybody must contribute their own quota to make the victory sure. So if Adams Oshiomhonle is contributing his quota, it's wonderful. Every other citizen of Edo State is contributing their own quota. And that is the beauty of elections. You go out and you convince people, they come and join you, they follow you when you are campaigning, nothing wrong with it at all. It does not mean that because somebody is campaigning with you, automatically that person now becomes the issue. The issue is, does Pastor Ize-Iyamu have an agenda for Edo State? The answer is yes. Does he have a manifesto? The answer is yes. Is he campaigning around the 192 wards, the 3 senatorial districts in Edo State? The answer is yes. Is he winning people over to his side with his message of hope, which is the simple agenda? The answer is yes. So if a man is going around and convincing people, nothing wrong with it. We should not water it down. We shouldn't water it down. We are a moving train. This train is building momentum.
Okay. Time will tell. September 19th is around the corner. But let me ask you about his chances. Because despite his defection, your husband has once again found himself in the opposition party in the state. What do you think is different this time around? Because you're so confident. Actually, I'll be surprised if you're not confident your husband will win. But what have you seen that will be different this time around?
Well, let me tell you that he's going to win 18 over 18. You know why he's going to win? Because we are talking to the people. We are campaigning on issues. We are campaigning on a manifesto, and we are campaigning on an agenda. And we are talking to people. We are winning them over to our side, and they are following us because they know that Pastor Ize-Iyamu with the APC is a moving train. It's about the individual. What does this individual have to offer? He has an agenda. What is this agenda about? It's a manifesto of hope. The average Edo person has lost hope. So when they see somebody who is bringing hope, they are encouraged. When we go out to campaign to the women, we see the despondency, we see the despair, we see the anger. But when we preach this message of hope, because we are campaigning, we are working, you see the mammoth crowd that follows, because they have keyed into the message of the simple agenda. And then by now we are counting our votes. It's 18 over 18.
DJM TV. DJM TV.